Here with our next episode of Randomz. I'm here with
Steve the Illest Moore.
Word. And where you from, brother?
East Orange, Montclair Orange.
Yeah. And what you do?
I'm actually a professional boxer. I can go back when I first started off boxing. I was like 18. I had like a pretty rough life. My aunt, she actually put me in boxing because I was fighting all the time. And I needed some real guidance because, my home was kind of messed up a little bit. I don't blame my parents now, but, they was a little slower than others, And, my pops was hard of hearing. My mom was a little also, she was never really home. She means well, my pops means well. I was all messed up behind that, but anyway, when I ended up being in Jersey City with my aunt, and I ended up fighting some dudes, and I was, drugging and stuff like that, robbing people, whatever it could be, but I ended up fighting some dudes trying to protect my family, and they came kind of crazy, and when she seen me fight these dudes, I ain't had nobody around me but female. So one day she said, you know what, it seemed like you just need to be in boxing. And I took her up on that offer. So I ended up going to Lou Costello's and Patterson, And Patterson was nothing but thoroughbreds. They all know how to fight, So I ended up going to Patterson, went there for a little while. But the streets loved me so much, it kept on calling me back, telling me this is what I need to do. And be in the streets with my man Bino and Gus and whoever else, rest in peace to my man Bino to this day, but I was going there training a lot, I kind of wish I would have stayed because, I was actually real good, and I just needed more guidance to be pushed to really take it to the next level.
No doubt. So when did you officially get into the boxing gym and start training on the craft?
Actually I was like 33 years old.
Wow.
I took my sons to the gym. I got a son that's 23. He done won a diamond glove. So like in like 90 something, I think 96 or something like that. No, not 96. My fault. Because he was like 2000 and something. I forget exactly, but he won the diamond gloves, and he was real good as well. I told myself like, okay, this is it. I got a star now. Like, he's gonna make it big.
That's what's up.
I put all my kids in boxing because, as you can see, I have on the shirt that I have now that, it's in my DNA, and that's because it's really in my bloodline. I carried gloves when I was 12 years old in the streets and boxed whoever. I didn't care. Like me, I died for this. I didn't care who I went against. I don't went against nothing but the thoroughbreds, Gus and whoever. I done knocked the Joker out like cold in the backyard, in my backyard. That's when I knew I had it. I put my little son in there as well to see where he at. And before you know it, like me, I did a little bit of amateur. I ain't had that many fights because I started getting older, and people in this game really don't care about you. They say they do, but they don't really, care too much as far as like what's going on, so they just throw you out there, and you can get hurt in this game. You can get really hurt really bad, especially if you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
They'll throw you in there because some people see dollar signs. But I started out, I only had 10 amateur fights. I didn't come up with no victories. With my amateur career. And it was real bad. I look at it like this, like some of my losses was because I think they was looking at my age or a certain thing was going down. I don't really know. I know a lot of times though, for myself, I beat myself out of certain things by not staying in shape. Just going after smoking, drinking, still doing, young stuff, So, but then at the end of the day, I ended up turning pro. You know, I turned pro too early. I turned pro too early. I should have still continued. At 35, you can no longer fight in the amateurs. You could, but it's a masters that you have to fight into. You have to fight in the master that's 35 and up. 35 on down is nothing but kids and grown-ups. I'm fighting kids. I'm fighting kids that's my son age. So sometimes I used to get mad. Like, damn, I don't want to box no more. I got my son that I have out here, but he, want to do his own thing, and I get that.
So, question as far as like your kids, you're trying to make your son like the next world champion, right?
Yes.
That's something I say that's very commendable because, actually, the world might not know, but I know you for a while. And one thing that has always stood out about you is that you're a family man. You're very family orientated. And I say that you dedicate a lot of your time and a lot of your energy towards your family. And I want to talk about like your son coming up in the ranks now. Is he actively boxing right now?
Well, he as far as like amateurs or whatever, he was supposed to have a fight in February in the Golden Gloves. For his first fight. He didn't do jiu-jitsu, martial arts. He actually 17-2 in martial arts, jiu-jitsu. He been boxing since he was 5 years old. So he got a lot of gym time. One day he might love it the way I love it. But he know that he watch a lot of boxing when I put him on, and right now, as of now, he's in the gym every day. He know that so when something come up, he have another fight. He was supposed to fight in February. The dude pulled out. I don't know what happened, but he didn't want to fight. And this dude that pulled out have a lot of gym time as well. A lot of gym time. We watch videos on him, and we get to the Golden Glove spot and pulled out. At that age, it's hard for. There's a lot of kids that are that's fighting, but for some reason, when he was in the Golden Glove, there wasn't a lot of kids that was in there in his bracket. You know what I mean? So we was waiting. Once this pandemic happened, it kind of messed up a lot of stuff in the amateur.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It messed up a lot of stuff. So it's like right now, with this COVID going on, we have to let them make sure the kids get a COVID test. Make sure it's negative. We can't go to other gyms and think that we're going to have anybody kid sparring somebody else, because at the end of the day, it's a big thing right now.
Right.
This COVID thing. Like I had to take a COVID test before I went down to South Carolina and fight, or before I sparred anybody in the gym.
So other than that, how has COVID affected you? Has anyone in the family caught in COVID or?
Nobody in the family caught COVID, to my knowledge, not my immediate family. But COVID really affected me really bad, because at the end of the day, once COVID came, I was supposed to have a fight before this, and when my man ended up fighting in South Carolina, once COVID came, I took advantage of COVID. So I started smoking weed again and doing certain things I wasn't supposed to do, knowing I was supposed to be disciplined. You know what I mean? And then before you know it, one of my men down South Carolina fighting. But it was a different type of story behind that I'm hearing, but at the same time, I still kind of like took advantage. Like, oh, well, COVID happened, I'm going to stop, I'm going to stop training. No, I was still training a little bit, but then I was smoking weed again, doing all the unnecessary stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. You know what I mean? So once I knew that it was serious, I got a phone call, and I said, you know what, I'm going to get back in the gym. I went cold turkey that same day. Whatever the case may be, I just stopped. Like, all right, you know what? The next time somebody see me, my hand's gonna get raised. And this is a game. I try to tell my kids all day, we don't play boxing at all. A lot of people think it's a game and they play it, when you might go in that ring and you might not come back out.
Very true.
You know what I mean? You might go in that ring, you might not come back out, and it's truth behind that. Me personally, I done got robbed several times. There's one time they caught me as a TKO because they wanted to get rid of something. I never got knocked out. You know, God willing I don't, but you know what I'm saying, I done knocked a couple people out. I done dropped out of 8, 9 of my fights, I done dropped 5 people. And they took it from me. You feel me? And I feel like, you know, people have money behind people, they're gonna go with that. Money talks. See, I'm coming from the bottom. You know what I mean? And so now I know the business, I'm making sure my kids get in that same direction. Me personally, like I said, all my life, like by the way, you know what I mean, I always gotta thank God for my wife, because you know what I mean, it's like when I was coming up, you know what I mean, I was doing whatever. You know what I mean? So this is a good opportunity. This helps me keep me out of trouble. Even though when I was boxing, like when I knew Bino and all these other people, I was still doing certain things. But then when my wife came in my life, when I was 19, I was still like a kid. So I was doing certain things in front of my kids that I wasn't supposed to. She was putting me on like, yo, you smoking in front of? But I'm still like, you know what? I'm still doing things like, you know, but I still was taking care of my family, my responsibilities.
Can I say something?
Yes,
in the middle of that, you said you met your wife at 19, man. Like at this point right now, I think you're about 38, 39. Like that's been a 20-year relationship, and this is 2020, man. Like yo, black love don't last. Is that what we saying? And for you to have a relationship that has lasted so long, do you have any advice for anybody that's in a relationship right now? And
well, my first advice: don't be selfish.
Right.
Listen. You gotta listen. You know what I mean? You gotta take it in. You know what I mean? Yo, excuse me if I get a little emotional, but my whole life been just like upside down, and people wouldn't understand that because walking in my shoes is different. You know what I mean? Walking in my shoes is like I said, I had 2 parents that I still gotta take care of. It's like they're like my kids. You know what I'm saying? So nobody wouldn't understand that. So when my wife came about at 19, she helped me get through a lot of stuff. Yeah, I done robbed a lot of people. I done did a lot of stuff. I done been locked up a lot of times. And I ain't do no time like everybody else did, but I ain't had to. And then I had to prove nothing to nobody. But like I said, my wife helped me through a lot of things, because even though sometimes to her I get on nerve or I might not listen, deep down inside I did. You know what I mean? And it took a lot of like, you know, people want to understand like I was a hard-headed dude from day one. You know what I mean? I ain't take nothing. I ain't take no crap from nobody. I still do certain things here and there, but she's the person that freaking always try to, yo, this not right. And sometimes I be like, what? You know, I'm gonna do. But then I be like, you know what? You're right. You know what I mean? So that's why I try to tell people that whoever's out there, you know, you gotta listen. I told my son last night, you know, be coachable. You know, be teachable. You feel me? Listen. Because guess what? You know, with nowadays, everybody got so much pride and they feel like, yeah, I do wear the pants in my house. But just because I wear the pants in my house, that don't mean I can't take advice and try to belittle my wife. You know what I mean? No, it's not like that, because guess what? We on the same, you know, so yeah, I look at her as, you know, she up there. Because she's very smart. You feel me? Like, it's a lot of stuff. So I take that in. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. She didn't have no great background. You feel me? So us together, it's like, you know, we got this thing that we call TPC. That's the power couple. You feel me? I got my whole team on as far as like the power team. You know, that's what's going on. You know, I got a shirt right now because I want so many people, my kids doing too. Hands down. I mean, hands up.
Guns down.
Guns down, you feel me? So there's a lot of things that we do now, like, you know, that we trying to just bring back to the world and bring back to the family, you feel me?
Definitely.
So, you know, I always give her props where it's due, because she came from the bottom. And we both came from the bottom, and so we have, you know, one thing you want to do with your mate, you want to have understanding. You know what I mean? You want to understand one another. You have to listen. Like for men, we hard-headed. You know what I mean? We hard-headed. We don't want to listen to our wives. We want to feel like we want to show off in front of our friends. I don't have to do that. I never did that. I never felt like, oh, well, you know, I'm the man. You know, man, F this, blah, blah, and my boy around. Nah. I said I get emotional. because you know what? I don't gotta tell people I'm real, but I know what I am. You feel me?
Definitely.
Like, you know, so you know me. You know, she support me. I always been supporting her. Make sure that she good. She makes sure I'm good.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, you know.
So I have a question I normally ask every guest on the show is religion or spirituality? Which one would you side with?
Well, I'm a very deep down inside. I'm a very spiritual person. You know what I'm saying? Regardless on any of my bad wrongs, I know karma done hit me 1,000 times. I made my bed. I don't mind laying in it, 'cause that's what happens. Can't go around crying about it. Yeah, it hurts, but yeah, I'm very spiritual.
Definitely.
I don't care about what nobody think about what I tell them, because guess what? You might not believe the same thing I believe, but guess what? Know this: so when something happen, or you get locked up a certain thing, or you lay in that hospital bed, the first thing you do is try to come to God.
Ain't that the
First thing you
truth?
do is try to come to God, regardless of anything you do. Oh God, can you help me? Can you help me? Oh, you want to come to me now?
Facts.
You just didn't even believe that I was real. You know, so you know, like I tell people, man, no matter how tough you are, no matter how gangster you are, you know, we all need somebody. You know, and before you go around to your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the case may be, whatever you got, you have to talk to the Lord first.
Yes.
Get His approval. You feel me? But we want to make our own decisions. We want to make our own decisions. We want to do everything on our own. It's never been like that. Any type of business that you do, nobody did it on their own. But guess what? You can't be no odd man. And that's what people doing. I did this. I ain't need no help. Why do you think people stand at the bottom?
You're not giving the glory to God.
Why are they standing at the bottom? Because they eye mans. They selfish. They think they did it by themselves.
That's right.
I could walk around all day long and be like, yo, I did this, I did that. You might not believe me, but it's okay. Because I know what I have done, but I don't have to prove to you what I've done. Because guess what? Who I have to prove to? The man upstairs. Because at the end of the day, that's the final. You know what I'm saying? That's the final situation right there. Like, you know what I mean? Because guess what? When I'm going, or whatever it can be, yeah, you know about me, but guess what? What can you really do for me at that moment? Nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah, I come to my wife for a lot of things, but you know, first thing I do when I come home, yo, damn, Lord, I freaking did this. I know what it is. I done been locked up. I done been in the youth house, weapons and all this other crazy. So I know what it is. And I get on my bad side. I get on my certain situation, and the first thing I do, God, can you help me? Yeah, so I understand if He denied me for the day. No, you won't feel that. You won't feel that. You know what I mean? People say things and they don't really mean it. Why? Because they want to prove to the next man how tough they is.
Right. It's unfortunate that we live in a
I got
world
a lot
like
of
that.
kids out here nowadays that's going off the next guy. I told my kids the other day, I said, yo, I don't have to have no man put no turbo battery in my back. My junk was built like that. Whatever's in me, it was built like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I came through a whole lot of stuff. Had to teach. I had to freaking make sure my sister was okay every day. While my mom over here at the patient's house, or my dad not understanding he's working at night. So at the same time, I'm grateful I graduated high school. I was working this and that third, but you know, yeah.
If we could single out everything from family to like the passion, what would you say is the singular thing? What's the singular thing you could say that's cause for your drive? Because you have a tremendous drive, like it's nonstop. So what's that singular purpose for that drive? What's your source?
My drive is, first of all, I have a lot of self-motivation. A lot of self-motivation. A lot of people can't do what I do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But my main drive my wife, my kids, man. You know what I'm saying? My wife, my kids, like, that's it. When I go to these fights, sometimes my family might not have been there, but guess what? Only people that really supported me was my wife. And my kids gonna always be there, but guess what? That's it. So guess what? When we talk about family, nah, this is my drive right here. Like, you know what I mean? Why? Because her drive is different. You feel me? So I feed off of that. You know? Like, if you read it up, like, even I'm gonna tell you right now, you know, I'm into this too. I'm an Aries, she's a Libra. If you know anything about that, they're one of the best signs ever. Cause we very compatible. You know what I mean? I'm fire. Wow. She's air. She blow my freaking smoke away. You feel me? All that, I get like that every day with kids, anybody. I'm just like, wow. But she makes sure, like, yo, Steve, maybe you might want to, you know, change the way you coming at people. You too voice, you too this. So she tell me how it is. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when I was in the gym this morning, you know, I had some trainer helping me out with some things because he seen something, whatever. But the first thing I thought about was my wife and kids. You know what I mean? That's my motivation every day. You know what I mean?
With that being said, like that being your motivating force, would you say you get more joy from training, or do you get more joy from actually, you know, going in there and competing yourself? And when I say training, I mean like training your son directly.
Okay, well, that's kind of like a hard one because I love it all. I was just training my wife and my oldest son 3 o'clock in the morning today. Yeah, this morning.
Wow.
2 o'clock. I did.
Wow.
My wife. I'm actually teaching her how to do the pads. She I had it on 4 minutes. We just did 12 rounds or more. Yeah.
Wow.
So you know, all together it's like it's an amazing feeling.
I don't think people that if you don't know about pad work or, you know, striking and stuff like that, 4 minutes is not a joke. It's not a joke. Yeah. 4 minutes on the pads is not a joke.
It's not.
And doing that like 3 times, you know, 12, like, yo.
I took it to the next level last night because I don't care because I'm trying to get to my best. And by me doing this right now, whether it's my son, he's 24 years old. He, like I said, he did this. Right now, he got a video out right now. You feel me? Like it's Task Force. You know, you can look him up, Bo Bundy. You feel me? Regardless on anything, whatever I'm doing or his mother's doing or with our kids, they see what we doing. So now it kind of brings them to react. Like we had a talk last night, and now I started seeing some things like, damn, okay, he got a lot of that stuff from us. So, okay, he might not be boxing, but it's other things now that's in his brain that he's trying to do because now he's all right, mom and dad doing it. I got to do the same thing, and I got to push out more. So he don't get that much sleep neither. You feel me? So
I got to do this on camera.
Yeah.
Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? As being a father, you know what I'm saying? Like a father, an active father in the child's life. You know what I'm saying? Also, I would say actually being an example. You know, a role model even to an effect. You know what I'm saying? As the man, as the standard bearer, as holding down the family, going to work every day, taking care of your responsibilities, and on top of that, you know what I'm saying, doing the boxing thing. It's not easy, it's not light, but we see you out here and we respect you for it. You know what I'm saying?
I really appreciate that.
Definitely.
You know, like I said, I really do appreciate that because that's, you know, my heart been broken. You know, and even though my heart been broken, I've been trying to make sure that whatever's been broken inside of me, I don't put into my wife or my kids because that's the part right there. Like she got some broken pieces, and you know it's bad when you come from broken, and then you enter a relationship, whether you had a previous relationship or whatever. When somebody else break your heart, then you tend to go into that relationship broken, and so it could be a mess.
That's
you know, I try my best not to bring my broken pieces into my kids, but now that I look at my kids, how they is, they all good. Even, of course you gotta have to tell them, take out the garbage or do this and do that. But I almost got some perfect kids. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like,
Wow. Wow. I mean, my kids be wildin'.
yo. I mean, it's like, yo, like I said, I got tears in my eyes right now because, you know what I mean? Like, I just tell you, like, I done been through stuff with my oldest here and there, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we overcame a lot of stuff, you feel me? I understood his brokenness, you know what I mean? And his brokenness tends to his girlfriend or his siblings or his parents. I know he ain't mean no harm, but, you know, kids gonna be kids. I did it too, you feel me? So, you know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff that you gotta think about, like I said, man, you know, and the reason why I'm like this because even I got the vision of how my parents are. If anybody know me, they know that I was able to do anything and everything I wanted to do at 12, 13. I had the whole freaking hollow or the whole freaking down away in my house, sparking up, blazing up, you know what I mean? All types of stuff. You know what I mean? At one point in time, I had to freaking say, you know what? You can't no longer blame your parents. You gotta grow up. You gotta take it on the chin. You gotta do better. And hopefully, if you do have kids, you have to make sure you got them right. I do certain nonsense around them here and there, but then I always keep it real. See, what happens nowadays, parents don't want to keep it real with their kids. They want to hide it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't hide stuff from your kids. You have to keep it real with them. Even though it might be wrong, but you have to keep it real. Yo, yeah, son, you know what I mean? Like, yo, man, I was doing this. I don't want you to do it, you know. See, one thing about kids, they put in your face what they know about you, and it's wrong at times, but then they might be like, well, you're a hypocrite. But I'm trying, like I used to tell my oldest, I'm trying to make sure that you don't do the same thing I did. So anything it's just like Jesus. You died for me, and that's what said. Guess what? I told my kids like this, all the wrong that I did it for you already. I did it for you already. So what you need to do it for? I did it for you. You don't need to rob nobody. I probably didn't need to rob nobody, but guess what? I didn't have my parents the way y'all had me.
You know what? You have a story that you would like to share with everybody that might be going through something, or what's a story that you could share that might uplift somebody that's going through something right now? Because you came a long way, and right now it seems like you're just climbing to the top of that mountain, and I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? So what could you share with somebody that can help them up the mountain, or you know, through any storms that they might be going through in life?
You know, it's a lot that you could probably think about, but you know, like I said, you have to have willpower. You know, you have to set goals, think about your dreams, and follow your dreams. But you can't sit around here every day talking about I would've, I wish, I this and that and the third. You can't do that. You have to sit down by yourself. Get away from people. You know, sometimes you have to get away from people. I mean, even if it's close people, you know, family, friends, we can't sit down and keep on having a pity party, because this is what's going on nowadays. You know, me personally, I did it for years. Oh, my mom this, my dad, and they're not bad people. It's just they didn't have the guidance. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the guidance that they were supposed to. I had to understand that early though, but it was every now and again when I did something crazy and wrong, I blamed it right back on that. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, you know, my parents wasn't there and this and that, but you gotta stop doing that. You gotta stop doing that. It's time to freaking, once you know better, and guess what, we know better very early, because guess what, a lot of people went to school. So you can't say you ain't know better. Somebody said something to you, but you just didn't plan on listen. You didn't listen to it. You know what I mean? So nowadays we just can't freaking keep on sitting down moping about, you know, what we could have did. Cause guess what? It's never over until it's over. You know, it's like I'm getting older in age and stuff like that. But like I had to tell myself, it's just a number. Just
Facts.
a number to me. You know what I mean? It don't matter if I'm 50, 60, I'll still fight. I'll fight the greatest right now. You know what I mean? It don't even matter who it is. You know what I mean? Like I tell my son, it don't matter about a person's background. We all got backgrounds. What happens when you actually, like I told him, and I had to tell my other son, power. It looks good. You're looking at the Joker like, oh, what the heck? He look great. So when you get in the ring with the Joker, he don't even look good. I was in Patterson one day, and nothing but thoroughbred. If you remember the Rocket movie when my man got killed and everything by that dude, it was a dude that was just like him. Long. I mean, I'm looking at this guy like, I gotta spar him? Oh, what the heck? This Joker looked like he was taking steroids. And I'm like, but I didn't tell my coach this. I said they're nervous.
Yeah.
But I said, I'm about to go in there and do the best I could do. I know how to freaking fight in different ways. But I was still scared. You know what I mean? What I was scared of? Not him. I was scared of what the gym might see. Me falling on my back. Or being embarrassing from everybody. Because that's something people want to talk about. Come to find out, when I got in front of him, it was a different fight. It was a different fight. So I'm like, so now I told my coach, like, yo, coach, I was nervous. He's like, man, you actually did great. You did great. I said, yo, I ain't believe in myself. I went in there. See, one thing I even knew what Mayweather said, and I tell my kids this. He said it. You can't never go in the ring thinking about losing.
That's right.
Because once you think about losing, you already lost.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I sparred this young kid not too long ago. He gave me the business. Broke his ribs not too long ago. You feel me? But he's still on top. He used to do the same thing. I'm here, but he up there. He up there. And he only, he got a whole bunch of followers. He's only like 18.
Damn. Up and coming.
Up and coming. You know, but, his father loves me. That I give him what he needs. I give him what he needs. I give him nothing but, and it makes me proud of myself, though, because I'm not sparring guys that's my age. I'm talking about, they like babies to me. They faster than me. Some of them can be stronger than me. I never felt nobody real power yet. You know what I mean? I never felt nobody real power. I done felt power with one of my mans that I spar now. You know what I mean? But as far as like being hurt, now my ribs got broken 3 or 4 times. My hand got broke like 5 times in a freaking fight while I'm fighting. You know what I mean? And you just gotta overcome that too.
The injuries is real. But
coach,
I wanted to talk about like who's some of your influences though when it comes to boxing. Like I remember we talked a little off camera about that. You know what I'm saying? But like, what's some of the fighters you really looked up to?
I really look up to. People might not like him because after a while he might have got cocky. I looked up to Mayweather.
Okay.
You feel me? Because it gave me a different vision on what's going on in this world. Because regardless of if you like him or not, he really showed hard work, dedication. Talking about getting up 3 o'clock in the morning, doing this stuff. And it's times that he didn't want to do it, but he still went to the gym.
It's a fact.
He still went to the gym. B-Hop. I love B-Hop. You feel me? That's like one of the men that I really looked up to. I love that, you know what I mean? Whether if he's grimy or not, it's like this. I'm like that too. Like, I'm a clean fighter in the ring, but I still like, if you're going to be dirty, you don't get caught, it is what it is. It is what it is. That's on you.
It is.
You got to understand the game. And when you get in there, you got to understand the game. My other fighter, and this is like another different level. Terrence Crawford.
Okay.
The best of the best, pound for pound. Feel me? I told myself, if I ever get to my wins, I would love to challenge him. I would love it. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care what kind of freaking. I know what he got. I might even lose, but I'm not gonna tell myself that. I'm gonna go in there and perform.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We gonna have. You know what I mean? It don't matter what kind of star you are, because guess what? You can have 150 amateur fights and be way above me. I can come in there with 10 fights, 20 fights, and still beat you. It's been proven.
That's a fact.
It's been proven. It's been proven. You know, somebody bragged some years ago. Yeah, man, I got such and such fights. And guess what? He got beat by somebody that had. Oh man, he don't got the experience I got. And guess what? It happens. Hard work beats talent.
Oh yeah.
So
Absolutely.
when you put them both together, hard work and talent together,
it's a force of nature or something.
you're phenomenal.
Absolutely.
That's why Mayweather is who he is.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Now, if I'd have started out younger and stayed with it, guess what? I believe I'd have been on that level. You understand? But that's fine. I got a young boy right now that I make sure I give him nothing but the great work. We slack off here and there, but guess what? When that time comes and he get his feet wet, he done knocked down 2 people already in the gym on sparring.
Okay.
Now, we just gotta finish it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I'm the foundation. You're gonna finish it. You know what I mean? He's a football fan, you know what I mean? He loves football. But I said, if that don't work out, you got something else, you know, to look forward to.
Absolutely.
You know, Lomachenko, it's another guy to look at. He just lost recently because he started off slow, sleeping. Sleeping on Lopez. That wasn't, you know, because he could beat Lopez. Lopez wasn't on his level, but he felt the power. You know what I mean? And Lopez was hungry. You gotta be hungry.
Yo, you know, it was a fight that happened, like, I think last year. It was Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Did you see that outcome coming?
I seen that. You know, Deontay Wilder, you know, see, I ain't prejudiced anything, but I'm always go for my peoples.
Definitely.
But Deontay Wilder, he got power. He don't have no skills.
Yeah, he was throwing a lot of bombs and missing them all.
He don't have no skills. If you look at his boxing technique, you will be like, yo, who's training you? You understand what I'm saying? Like, but you know, I ain't knocking it. You know, his power makes up for whatever. You know, because if that's what you gotta do, I mean, it is what it is. You can't take nothing from him really because he's still on top. You know, and so that's why I was like, you know, sometimes you gotta make up the difference. You might slack off in this area, but hey, his power made up for whatever for the skills that he don't have. You know, at the end of the day, these boys can't handle the power. They getting dropped every time.
That's a
You know what I
fact.
mean?
That's
So,
a fact.
you know, like, you know, it's big ups to him, stuff like that. He's still doing what he gotta do. You know, but that's just how it is.
Now, tonight is a big night for Fight Night fans. Tonight, we actually got a marquee event. It's going to be Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition, 8-round exhibition. And I really want to know who you got.
Who I got, truthfully, I don't really know who I got. It's like, at this moment now, I like both guys. You know, I like both of them. I like both styles. You know, like I said before, Jones, unless he did something different, I done seen him get knocked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By somebody that he shouldn't have got knocked out. But you know what happened? He was sleeping on lack of training. He went in there not thinking, thinking that he could beat anybody. See, once people put your head, oh well, yo, he's nice, he this and that third, their head start blowing up. So if he stay on his bicycle with his long reach and stuff like that, he beat Tyson. But if Tyson able to track him down See, they got lucky because they only got 2 minutes rounds.
Mm-hmm.
2 minutes around. You know what I mean? If he able to track him down and cut him off the right way, because he's going to be running once he feel that power. If he able to cut him off, Tyson wins. Because he's not going to be able to stand toe to toe with this guy.
Word.
You know what I mean?
If you get on the inside with Tyson,
you know,
nobody wants to be on the inside.
Them uppercuts, them TikToks and all that other stuff, it's going to mean a big difference.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And Jones don't got what Tyson has.
And what's
you know
that?
What I mean? Just
that inside power?
That inside power. That inside power. You know what I mean? He looked strong. He looked big. But looking strong and big, sometimes that don't even mean nothing. I done seen plenty of guys looking strong and big, and then when they hit you, that jump was like, it was like a lunch. You know what I mean? It was like, you know what I mean? You know, I take a lot of people's shots now. I'm like, damn, you gave me a snack.
Yeah, well, you know, the perfect power that comes from a punch is from power and technique. You know what I'm saying? Once that technique meets the power, then it creates that knockout force. And that's one thing that I think that Jones is actually really good at, is putting that technique into the power. Yeah. So therefore, that's why I'm giving him the edge over Mike Tyson tonight.
I'll give you that. Like my coach just told me the other day, he said, yo, you come from the era of Jones, because he seen me doing certain things, but he teaches a lot of things. Put my hands down, but don't put your hands down if you don't know what you're doing.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Don't put your hands down if you don't know what you're doing. You just showboating. You know, because I'm going to take it back to, what's my man's name? Oh, what's my name? I forget his name right now. But he came into a fight sleeping. And he got knocked out. You feel me? But dude took his belt. He fought him the next time. He beat dude.
I know who you talking about.
All right?
I can't remember
That's
his
my
name
man.
Yeah.
That's my man. I like him.
Yeah.
But he came in thinking that he's on top of the world. And this man was hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You talking about the heavy set dude. He was a little heavy set. But yeah, he wanted to get that victory.
Right. I forget his name right now. You know what I'm saying? My mind is all over the place. But yeah, that's a perfect example of you can't. My man always told me before he died, you know, he said, don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know, all he wanted to do was see me win. Rest in peace to my man Hodge, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we had our little falling out here and there, but all he wanted to see me is raise my hand. I did it once while he was alive. I did it again while he was gone. Knockouts. I had this freaking realizing myself too, cheating myself in a certain way of not doing the extra. And maybe that's because me personally, I work 6 nights a week. You know? So if I had more rest, didn't have to work as much as I did, you know, and I had people that was behind me all the way, a lot of people would be in trouble.
That's the thing. Is that the dedication that you doing it right now while working 6 nights a week.
And I'm still not worried about that because I don't make no excuses.
Look at that.
I don't make no excuses. You know what I mean? I just said that because it is what it is. It's facts. I don't make no excuses. I'm still going in there knowing I got to work tonight, knowing I got to work every other night. It don't matter.
I hope somebody leveled up off that right now.
It don't matter.
I hope somebody just leveled up off that. Word.
You know, I'm trying to make sure I brand my son the right way. That's going to be Quiet Storm. He's very quiet. You know what I mean? But when that storm hit, it's different. You know what I mean? He's learning a lot from his pops. He's learning a lot from this great training that we have right now. We keep him in camp. We keep him in tune. He's going to be at my fight. I got a fight coming up January 30th, actually. You know what I mean? It'll be in South Carolina. You know what I mean? Stay tuned. We you know, it's going to probably be on Facebook Live. You know, at you can look me up at Steve Moore. You know, I got a couple fights on YouTube. You can view it for yourself. I have an amateur fight that me and this dude was going throw for throw, but they gave it to the white boy. You know what I mean? I don't know if that was the reason. I'm hoping not, but at the same time, like I said, anybody I lost to, they know I beat myself. They didn't really beat me. You know, and I look at it like that because at the same time, a lot of them jokers couldn't beat me. You know what I mean? But, you know, when you have your training and you do certain things, a lot of these kids just come from good people. When you have your training, that's on you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I had to take the responsibility and not blame everybody. Yeah, I had a messed up camp recently. You know, when I was supposed to be, I was in Atlantic City with my family, and I had a fight that I was supposed to win. But my camp was so messed up to the point my head wasn't straight in the game. But I had to take that on the chin because I know how to fight. But guess what? At the end of the day, everything has to be perfect when you get in that ring. Everything. You know, everything has to be perfect. It's like, it's no turning back. Because it's just that one, and you don't sleep on nobody. People pay for opponents, people do this. You don't sleep on nobody because it don't matter. All it takes is that one hit, and it could be over.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I ended somebody's career.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But guess what? He came back. He fight tonight. Feel me? He fight tonight, and right now he's really doing good too. You know, and I'm proud of him because he's my age.
First of all, that's good news that he recovered and everything like that. But what was it? It was a hit to the temple or something like that?
It was actually a hit to the chin.
Okay.
When you get hit to the chin, getting hit to the chin is a little bit more dangerous than getting hit right here for some reason. You know what I mean? It's like something in here, it shakes up a lot of stuff. Mm. If you get hit in the back of the head right here, like I had a couple times, yeah, you might lose some marbles. If you get hit in the back of the head, you could be retarded. You feel me? Like, so it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? I don't recommend. You know, me personally, you know, my kids, you know, it's not DNA. So, you know, but I'm not gonna tell everybody to do it. We all have a choice. Mine really don't. You know, like because you know, I want mine to be the best. You know, we're coming after certain people that we see out there. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of time. You know what I mean? But they gotta know we coming. We definitely coming. We don't hide from no one. You know what I mean? We don't hide from no one. I said, like, even if y'all hear me now, you know, people that's gonna see me, like, you know, the ones I lost to, I lost 8 fights. You feel me? You know, eventually, if it makes sense, I wouldn't mind no rematch. I wouldn't mind no rematch because guess what? I did have a rematch with one dude. He completely beat me that day. But that first day, he didn't beat me. They gave it to him. I knocked him down 2 seconds into the fight. You know what I mean? With an overhand right. You feel me? They gave it to that boy. We was fighting hardcore. The second time, though, real talk, he beat me the second time. I was mad at myself because it was something I didn't do. But you need people like my wife, you know, to understand the business, to know what's going on. You need good coaches. You need good coaches, you know, because guess what? At the end of the day, even though you're in the ring by yourself, you know, they got the eyes. They got the eyes. So, you know, they might see something I might not see. Like that last fight I just had, I didn't know what I hurt him with. It happened so fast. It was first round knockout. It happened so fast. I don't even know what I hurt him. I'll keep on looking back like what happened. But he might have freaking been hurt. He probably been hurt. You know what I mean? With an overhand right. He probably been hurt, but I don't know. Because it was just too many, it was too fast.
I understand. There's a lot of variables involved, but however, it was a good fight. From what I seen, it looked like it was a nice body shot that hurt him. It looked like he couldn't take the power, and he just folded. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. That's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? But is there anything that you want to say to the people as we are about to bring this to a conclusion?
Yes. If you have any dreams that you trying to pursue, you know, don't let nobody stop your dreams from coming true. You know, it's you that gotta know what you can do. There's gonna be a lot of people out there that's gonna hate on you. Even family members. Understand that. Even family members. I mean, you know, it could be your brother sitting right on the side of you, like, yeah, you gonna be, but before you know it, he talking to somebody else, playing you out. So, you know, if you got any type of dreams, you know, you got to dedicate yourself and you have to freaking stay focused and positive. You know, don't be negative. You know, you have to be positive every day. You know, and encourage the next person. You know, people, if you at my age or even younger, because guess what? Just because you at a certain level in life and be older, that don't mean that you can't look up to somebody that's younger than you. You understand? We all could look up to somebody that's older, younger, it don't matter. We could learn from whoever. You know, people got this type of image like, well, I'm your dad. Well, I'm the big bro. Well, you know, it started from me. Well, no. No, we all in this world, whether we together or not. But me and my wife, we gonna do it with you or without you. You know what I mean? So it don't even matter. We got a lot of people hating on our relationship. I have nothing to do with your problems. You know what I mean? So like I try to tell people, man, if you got anything to do, you know, stay focused, stay positive. You know, they say family over everything. That's not even true. You know, but it depends on how you look at it. You know what I mean? Yeah, my family is, as far as like, you know, my family is over the world. You know what I mean? My family is over the world because we still maintaining. We doing this thing every single day. We don't stop. You know what I mean? I told people, and sometimes to my sons, and I heard Mike Tyson say something today. Like I told people straight from the my wife thought was like, why you keep on saying that? Because I mean it. I'm not going to stop until the casket drops. You know what I mean? And when I say that, I mean what I say. Because people be like, yo, Steve, you need to get some rest. Well, I'll get some rest when I'm gone. You feel me? Like, I'm going to rest as much as possible because I need rest and I get that part. You know what I mean? But by being stuck at one level, you're going to always stay that way. You're going to always stay stuck because you're not even trying to go beyond. You're not trying to go to the next level. When Monday through Thursday come, if I'm too tired to do my evening training, boom, I relax. But guess what? I come off of work, go home, get a couple of hours of sleep. Before you know it, I'll go to if I need to go to physical therapy, whatever, do that. Then I train at 11 o'clock. I come home, try to get a couple of hours of sleep real quick. Then I go take my son to boxing. He's at there at 4 o'clock. Then before you know it, it's 5:30. I'm training at 6 o'clock to 7. Then I'm doing freaking strength and conditioning. Then I come home and lay down for an hour. Gotta take care of my dog. Maybe might cook and this and that third. And then guess what I'm doing after that? Take a nap, take a shower. I'm at work at 10 o'clock p.m. Wow. Understand this.
Wow.
Understand this. It's different. So guess what? If you want to stay where you at, that's what's gonna happen. So, you know, if you want to rise above, you got to do extra. We have to do more. You understand?
That is a hell of a hustle. That's a hell of a grind. And the determination that it takes to continue that type of lifestyle for as long as that you've done it is definitely beyond commendable. You know what I'm saying? I say, like, as a man, definitely have all my respect. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate
because, you know, like, just going hard 100% all the time. This man says what he does, says what he means, and means what he says. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I'm going to bring this interview to a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
I know you don't really have too much time, so I really appreciate you taking the time out of a busy schedule
no problem.
to be here.
Anytime.
Appreciate you.
All right, thanks.
All right?
All right.
Yo, once again, y'all be safe. Peace.
Peace.